I am Locutus of Borg.
Hi guys, I'm Locutus, and welcome to the Collective, and we're going to be playing a bit of Anthem today. Not starting from the beginning or anything, I've already been playing the game a while, and just going to do a mission and have a little chat about the game while we go. There's been a lot of, well, just rampant negativity I've seen online about the Anthem, and honestly, I don't get it. Well, no, that's not true. I do get it. Everyone wants to hate EA all the time for everything, and I can certainly appreciate why. EA has ruined an awful lot of game franchises, frankly, in my opinion. But that doesn't mean you gotta hate them just for the sake of it. If they make a game that's actually good, it doesn't make it a bad game because EA published it, you know? And honestly, Anthem is a good game. I enjoy it. It's a lot of fun. That's, you know, I'm not saying it's perfect. There are some issues. There are some things I would have done differently. There are some things I wish they would do differently, and...
So you know how I was Sentinel-2 in Season 1 of Dawn Guard, right?
Yeah.
Would you care to hear me reenact my death scene from the second-last episode of Season 1?
Okay.
Okay, so at the critical moment, the gate was being swarmed by scorpions. Now you shout, "Look out, Sentinel!"
Look out, Sentinel!
No!
That was it, huh?
Oh, and when you hear it with the sound effects, it's much more affecting.
I'm sure it is. Can I get another drink?
I'm just wandering around the town, well, the Fort Tarsus at the moment, just having a look at things, and there's no one I can actually talk to at the moment because I've done all the conversation options already here. But, you know, people just talk to each other if you walk around and you hear little bits and pieces like that. But yeah, no. So, yeah, everyone wants to hate on EA, and in particular, the big issue at the moment with this one is this is made by BioWare. And since EA took over BioWare, well, again, that's not really fair, because EA took over BioWare before BioWare made Mass Effect 2. In fact, I'm not actually sure EA didn't take over BioWare before they made Mass Effect 1, thinking about it, because, yeah, I'm pretty sure BioWare was always published by EA, come to think about it, so it's not something they've, you know, suddenly done, or at least, you know, they did before Mass Effect, and Mass Effect 1 is arguably BioWare's magnum opus. That it's, you know, it's an absolutely magnificent game. I mean, some people might argue, as good as the Mass Effect series is, BioWare's magnum opus was Knights of the Old Republic, and there's certainly an argument for that. Knights of the Old Republic was, oh, got some new stuff to add to the Cortex here. Background info. Just collecting everything I can anyway, because I can, basically. And yeah, but the people saying EA has ruined BioWare are just, I'm sorry, but you're wrong.
I heard you met with some regulators. Just remember that smiley, jokey smugglers are still smugglers. And count your javelin parts.
Yeah, EA, or BioWare, under EA, produced certainly Mass Effect 2 and 3, and a lot of people would say Mass Effect 2 was the pinnacle of the Mass Effect series. I'd be one of them. Mass Effect 2 was a work of genius. Even every bit of DLC they made for it was magnificent. I put probably more hours into Mass Effect 2 than almost any other, you know, single-player RPG. Another collectible over there. Mass Effect 3, for all the grief it gets about the ending, the revised ending, which they actually released as free DLC, fixed a lot of the issues with that, and really wasn't as bad as everyone says. And other than the ending as well, the actual game of Mass Effect 3 was brilliant start to finish. And, yeah, I would also say that yeah, well, Mass Effect 3, the Citadel DLC in particular, is arguably the real ending to the game and ties everything up so nicely and, you know, puts a bow on all the little relationships you develop with your crew over the 3 games. And it's wonderful. If you haven't played the Citadel DLC and you've played Mass Effect 3, just seriously get this. If you get no other DLCs, get that one. It's worth it. It's just wonderful. It really is. Then, of course, there was the point, well, honestly, the point where everyone really started going, oh, EA's ruined BioWare, was Mass Effect Andromeda. Because Mass Effect Andromeda got absolutely crucified by the critics, and the internet in general just ripped on it for bad facial animations, bad voice acting, repetitive story elements. And, okay, a lot of those criticisms were valid. It had issues. But again, the actual game was still good. It was still fun to play. The overall story was interesting. It felt like Mass Effect. And I personally very much enjoyed playing through it. Did I enjoy it as much as Mass Effect 2 or even 3? No. But I still really enjoyed it. And I was really looking forward to playing, you know, further DLC for it. And Andromeda 2, because they left the story on a massive cliffhanger. And that is the thing that I personally am annoyed at EA/BioWare for. Not for the fact that they made Andromeda, or supposedly ruined it, but for the fact that because of largely all the negative criticism, they stopped and aren't making another one. I enjoyed it. I want to play the next part of the story. So, oh well. I still live in hope that maybe we might get an Andromeda 2. We probably won't, but none of that is anything really to do with Anthem, other than the fact that arguably Anthem is what BioWare's been working on instead of Andromeda 2. So, what is Anthem? If you've been living under a rock, Anthem is... I mean, I at first dismissed Anthem. I thought, yeah, it just looks like another sort of looter-shooter-y kind of Destiny ripoff. And honestly, Destiny... I played Destiny for a while, and then it got really boring after a while. It just turned into a massive loot grind. And other than the loot grind part, Destiny was just a fairly generic shooter, and I wasn't all that taken with it. The story wasn't particularly interesting. The characters weren't particularly interesting that you spoke to, other than that, and the actual gameplay was just, you know, standard FPS gameplay. Anthem's a bit different, though. At its heart, the gameplay is still, you know, based around doing missions, doing loot and things like that. But where Anthem varies is the actual gameplay itself is a little bit different. And I know there are other games out there like Warframe and stuff that are kind of similar on that front. But honestly, Anthem plays better than them. It's just fun to actually play the game. That's what I love most about this game, is that the actual gameplay is fun. If you took all the story elements out and just made it a pure loot grind, I'd probably still be having a good time with this, frankly, because just flying around in your Javelin, which is, I mean, it's kind of like being Iron Man in a video game, and just running around fighting stuff, and it's good fun. It's just good fun. I'm sorry, but there it is. The game is fun. It's certainly enough fun, and I think it justifies the whole AAA price tag, because, I mean, look at it. It's gorgeous. The sound is fantastic, the visuals are fantastic, the gameplay is fantastic. The little background characters you talk to are all interesting. They're all fun just to chat to.
She seems like quite the character. If she actually brings a Koroks into the fort, it'll be one for the history books.
Even like the facial animations and everything, they all look believable. They look like real people. What are these guys on about? And the world is interesting. I'm not going to run through all the backstory here, but essentially it's a human world. I'm not sure if it's supposed to be part of an empire that's lost, or people live on this world, and a long time ago they were slaves of some weird ancient empire, and then they rebelled by building these javelin suits, these sort of mech suits, to let them fight back. And now the world's kind of a post-apocalyptic, with these like ancient artifacts that reshape reality using the Anthem of creation. And ooh, I didn't realize I should go up here. What's up here? I've never been up here. I never even noticed that staircase before. Probably isn't anything you can do up here. Oh, there is. There's a thing I can collect. There's an achievement I've got for collecting, or enough collectibles, so I might as well grab them all. Well, there you go. That's actually a little rundown. The Shapers are the ones who created the world. Creation on the Shapers number, we don't really know much about them, and they left behind a bunch of relics, and those relics are kind of what we go around diffusing before they cause cataclysms that blow the world up, more or less. And didn't realize you could go all around up here. There's actually, you know, that's the thing. None of this stuff, from what I can tell, actually does anything for the game. It's just there, so you can just look. Oh, cool! It's another bit of info about the different suit. There's 4 different types of javelin you can play with. You unlock them as you go. You can choose which ones you unlock as you progress up through the levels. I've got 3 of them unlocked at level. I'm up to level 16. There is the Colossus, which is.
The relics are playing havoc with his suit. I'll have to add more shielding.
Well, I'll show you. Now, we'll just go straight to the mission and have a bit of gameplay, because I'm playing an Interceptor, which is the fairly fast melee suit. I also have a pistol and a sniper rifle for when I'm at long range. You get in your suit, and again, off we go. So we choose our mission. I'm on the right mission already, which is Tempting Target. Ensure Arcade Safety. You can just look around the map if you have another one. It's quite a big map. You can also just play free play and just, you know, fly around and explore. I have a mission to do various things and that. In fact, then my next part of the main story mission is to do a whole bunch of, find a bunch of tombs and explore them in free play. Now, I've heard some people complaining about that part, saying, oh, there's a bit in the middle of this, you know, in the story where you just have to grind stuff. And yeah, you kind of do, but it's not that bad. And like I said, actually playing the game is fun. That's what I think people are missing the point. It doesn't matter whether you're doing a mission or just, you know, even if you are just flying around looking for stuff, it's fun to do so. And if you don't agree with me and you don't think it's fun doing that, then fine. Anthem's probably not going to be your cup of tea. But I don't know. There's people. I think some people expect everything to be exactly the way they wish it would be, and if it doesn't meet those expectations, it means the game is garbage, and EA have ruined BioWare, etc., etc. No. Sorry, but no. So anyway, we're going to go and do this mission, and I'll show you how the game works, the actual gameplay itself. we'll start the expedition. I'll leave it on normal difficulty just because I actually usually play the game on hard these days because you get better loot from it and it's not that much harder. Cool little suit up animation here. Oh yeah, just to be clear, the game isn't actually anything to do with the Mass Effect universe. I've just painted my suits with the N7 insignia and all that stuff because there's an option in the cosmetics store to do so. And I like Mass Effect a lot, as you all know. Well, you may not all know. Those of you who do know me personally, or who have been watching my videos for a long time, have probably heard me rave about Mass Effect in the past, but now this is the other criticism, and probably the only legitimate criticism I would actually say I've heard a lot of people level against the game, and fair play, it is an issue. There's a lot of loading time in the game. Every time you change through an area, there's a loading screen. Every time you go onto a mission, there's a loading screen. If you're playing in a group, which you pretty much always are, because the game match makes you for 4-player teams for pretty much every mission, if you fall behind, the game automatically catches you up to your team, and there's a loading screen. There are quite a lot of loading screens.
Okay, so Arcanists have discovered some Shaper fragments.
So
we're assuming Diggs will make a play for them.
Very likely, selling fragments is big business.
Guy in a ranger suit.
Stars, other outlaw groups, maybe even the Dominion pay for them.
Not this time.
But I mean, just flying is fun. And, you know, sorry, but just getting from A to B. The suit overheats as it goes to the bottom there, so you can't fly indefinitely.
Just up here.
Not getting any radio chatter.
Oh dear.
I don't like this. Our people have run into a lot of outlaws at the campsite. No sign of Arcanists. Not good.
Venom spray there. There's a sniper around here somewhere. Okay, we need to get over there quickly.
The camp is not looking very good. We're always one step behind these outlaws. We must change that.
Okay, I think we're clear.
Looks like we bought ourselves some time. Hello? Anybody here? A lot of Shaper stuff around here. No wonder the Arcanists were interested.
That's
Search the
loot.
camp. Maybe we find out what happened.
What are we looking for? Nope. It's over there.
A few pages of a journal here.
Something, at least. Keep looking.
Little guide thing at the top points you in the direction of stuff you need to look for.
More journal pages. Drawings, notes, that kind of thing.
But nothing to tell what happened.
It's gonna be over here, whatever it is.
Wait. An unsent distress signal.
Let's hear it.
Under attack, heading into the tunnels. We'll close it all down once we're inside. It's all we can do. No, leave it. Take the resonators. Move!
They're headed for the Shaper tunnels.
On my way. They picked one hell of an escape plan.
Okay,
No
so
choice. Their fate with the outlaws was being captured and sold or worse. Let's hope they can close those shaper doors like they said.
So yeah, a bit of backstory. The mission we're actually doing is yeah, this is my issue again. See, loading screen here. This is the only thing that actually does bug. I mean, they're not. It's not as big a deal as it used to be. It is getting a lot better. In the demo, it was awful. You'd have to load for ages.
Outlaws are locked in here as well.
Careful.
A bit excessive.
They've encountered some outlaws. No Arcanists, though. We need to deal with this first, then continue the search.
Ooh.
No sign of pigs yet.
Not so far.
Who would stand out in all of this?
Have some poison.
Some of the outlaws. What's the deal?
Pigs must be getting popular, adding to his ranks. We have to...
Stop it. I know.
Use the pillar. Stay moving.
Okay, you're going down, bitches.
I think that's all of them for now.
Agreed. Now, get moving. We need to find those Arcanists. Okay, Echoes. We know what to do here.
Okay. If you say so. Echoes are like fragments of Shaper energy,
We
or
need a few
something.
more. Quickly now.
It's a little unclear.
The outlaws
I'm still
were
getting to
trapped
grip
when
with
the
the overall
Arcanists
story.
sealed up this place. This is a little good.
It's a very
and a little
unusual
bad.
world, and it takes a little while to play to figure it out. So where am I going? I think we've got to use these echoes on the doorway here, or the... no, there's a relic up here. Use the echoes to power them up effectively, or power them down in sometimes in cases. Enough of them, that should open the door. Yep, it does.
Careful. Arcanists left a few surprises for the
Oh,
outlaws.
there's a rune
Bad
here.
surprises?
Better watch your step is what I'm saying.
Okay. Oh, crap.
This is it. I have to be behind this door.
There's
I hope they got
mines.
here ahead of the outlaws.
Locking this place down bought the Arcanists some time.
Yeah. Okay, let's get this figured out.
How do we open the door? Okay. Oh, right.
Got the Shaper thing to solve. Let's get that done.
On it. Glad we got here before the outlaws figure this out.
Let's see if there's any more. Oh, I might as well collect these runes anyway.
They got the door closed in time.
And they didn't get into worse trouble
Oh
in
wait,
there.
hang on. Yellow, purple.
You ever encounter this kind of thing in your time, Yarrow?
What? Arcanists getting into trouble? Of course. They are equal parts brave and foolish. I understand this. That's done it. Let's see if our resourceful friends are in here.
So yeah, I figured out the puzzle.
They found the Arcanists. They're okay. Their leader, Elson, said they didn't gather all the Shaper fragments. Some were taken.
Outlaws with fragments? Not good.
So yeah, we're hunting a bunch of outlaws who've been trying to kidnap these guys and solve the split.
Let's get them.
Oh, wait.
Hang on. We've got more outlaws incoming.
Got it. Elson, wait here. Opening the doors, let all the bad guys in.
Of course, we won't move.
Hey. Oh. Oh. It's coming from behind us.
Company, we got a mark. Go.
Here we are. One gun.
Outlaws are far more organized than they were in my day. They've grown too powerful.
Diggs is losing people here. All for a couple of fragments? I don't get it.
He must have made a deal with someone.
They need to stop shooting me out of the air.
You need to stop being shot.
What's all loot? That all of them? Oh, no, there's at least one more.
That's all of them.
I've got help on the way for those Arcanists. But you heard, Elson. Some of the Shaper fragments are missing.
That's not good.
Not good at all, my friend. Come back. We'll talk about what to do next.
That's mission complete. Now, other than the slight issue of the loading screens, which, as I said, is getting better. Now, I understand games have to have loading, but I just think Anthem could do a better job of hiding them. See how we did. We hope fairly well, since I did a... Yep, I actually did the lion's share of the damage in that mission. Loads more on FP. I am actually getting fairly good at this game, I would like to say. I'm not amazing, but I know what I'm doing with the interceptor, at least. Now, having watched that, assuming you've watched this whole video now, if you're still listening to me at this point, rabbit on. Did that or did that not look, number one, fun, and also kind of cool? Would you not like to have a go at that yourself? Now, whether the game, lasts for you is another matter, but I'm enjoying it very much so. I've played... Well, I don't know how long I've actually played of it already. I played on the second demo weekend. I played through every bit of content in that demo, so I played probably a good 5 or 6 hours worth of that. I played at least 8 hours before launch because I have EA access, which meant I got an 8-hour trial time, and I used that up completely before I bought the game. And since then, at the end of that demo, I was level 12 or something, and I'm now up to level 17, so I've played a fair bit since then. Because, leveling slows down as you go, so... What have I got loot-wise? Blade inscription. Oh, that's a nice inscription. Modify my suit to do more melee damage. Increased electrical damage. I like that as well because I really like the spark dash I've got there. Gunner's inscription. Magazine size by 30. Percent of base and ammo drop rate by 50. That's pretty good too for the sniper rifle as well. Level 21 assault rifle. Don't really like shotguns, so I'm going to dismantle that one. What have we got here? Strike system augment. I have better. I don't like Tempest Strike, and it's only green quality, so keep those. And we will go straight to the forge. They have added that in, which is nice, so you can choose to go straight to something rather than having to load, the next screen, only to press a button to go to another loading screen. It does minimize the loading a little bit. I would still rather, they just hid the loading a little bit. Have a little pre-rendered cutscene or something, as, have your suit flying back to the city as a little pre-thing, Even Mass Effect 2, where they did away with, they had like the little animations between the loading screens of, things moving around and showing where your party was progressing, or the elevators in Mass Effect 1. I mean, granted, it wasn't fooling anyone. We knew exactly what was going on. It was covering up the loading screens. But it made it a little more interesting, at least, than just watching a progress bar. Anyway. That's neither here nor there. So let's see what we've got here. We've got Light of the Legion here, which is... this is because I got the Legion of Dawn edition of the game. Now, I want to be very clear on this with the Legion of Dawn stuff. The Legion of Dawn edition... is at retail price, I believe, £70. The base game, at retail price again, is, I believe, £60, but depending where, maybe 55, depending where you shop around, you can get it cheaper. I got it through a third-party store rather than direct from Microsoft Store, and I paid, I think, $45 for it. And I actually only ordered the standard edition of the game, but for some reason they sent me a code for the Legion of Dawn edition anyway. So I got the Legion of Dawn edition without actually buying the Legion of Dawn edition, as it were. Just want to be clear on that because, quite frankly, the Legion of Dawn edition is not worth the money. If I had paid £20 extra for it, effectively, I would have been furious because it is... The game itself, I love. The Legion of Dawn Special Edition is, I'm sorry, nothing but a con. You get some cosmetic armor sets, none of which I've equipped because, frankly, I don't think they look better than the standard armor. I think they look worse than the standard armor sets. They have unnecessary gubbins stuck all over them, and they look just hideous. You get this marksman's rifle, Light of the Legion. Now, granted, it is a pretty good rifle. However, I don't know if the level it unlocks at is based on when you claim the thing. So if you wait till later in the game, you can claim it at higher level. But I got a level 18 one, which was good for the time. But I'm higher level than that already now, and the class I was playing, I don't particularly use marksman's rifles, and it's a good rifle. If you're using marksman's rifles, it's probably quite a good one, and its secondary ability of emptying the magazine, recharging your shields, if you're playing a tanky type of thing, is also, again, potentially quite good. But it's not that great. And it's certainly not going to be something you're going to keep using throughout the game. It'll be obsolete fairly rapidly. What have I got here? I still can't make a better blastback pistol. I could craft a better Devastator, but only one level higher. I'm not going to waste the mats on that yet. I'm still happy with the assault system and the venom spray as they are. I will replace the blade inscription with the level 21 version, because it's just... Actually, what's the secondary? Oh, this one gives me acid increase. Yeah, definitely, because I use the... So we'll salvage that. Amphibious one gives me more acid. Increases acid damage and oxygen capacity by 20. And acid resistance by 20. And plus repair amount, which I think is, you know, how much you heal when you get a heal kit. That's pretty good. I think I got a better strike augment, didn't I? No, I got Gunner's Inscription and Conductivity, which gives me ammo drop rate as well. And the Gunner's Inscription. Ooh, that's actually a tough choice. Increases all damage dealt by 30%, 35%, and damage taken. That's actually pretty good. I think we're going to replace that because I'm not using any ice abilities at the moment. Yeah, we like that. Kind of inclined to replace that with the other one. It's machine pistol ammo though, so is it really worth it? Well, you know what? We're definitely not going to use these, so we might as well salvage these greens. Because they are just straight up worse now. And they're low level as well. Don't use machine pistols really anymore. And I think we will equip you know what? I think I'm happy with that loadout. I might put that Gunner's Inscription on. Oh, it's good for the sniper rifle though. So if I go. Nah, it still only carries one round at a time. So, no, it's not worth it. Okay, so that'll do. What I actually want is a better pistol, really, ideally. You can tweak your appearance as well here.
Here's where it gets fun. Time to make a statement.
But I'm happy with my loadout there, so we will quit out of here. Go back to town, and go talk to the guy and see if we can finish that mission off. Maybe find out what's happening next with that little side story. However, I think you probably generally get the idea about Anthem at this point. So that's probably about where I'm going to leave the recording off here. I'll just, well, we're going to talk to Yarrow first, and then I'll let you see the end of the mission. So we've wandered through the fort here. Let's see if there's any other conversation options unlocked. Random conversations with people do unlock on the map as you go, but I think I've probably done most of them at the moment. You can also do strongholds, that's shown there, which are kind of like dungeons. Or raids, if you will, and they're harder, they have bosses, you get better loot. I haven't actually tried them yet, because you die a lot. They're hard, and I've got plenty of other missions to do. Here, what do we got there?
Off somewhere. Check in when you can. Enclave success needs to be shared, right? All of us getting out there, getting the work done. That's what it's about.
You get alliance bonuses from your friends. I'll be honest, I'm not entirely sure how the alliance system works. I think as your friends play, they increase your alliance bonus. It's just a good way of getting rewards. I don't really know, to be honest, but there's a lot about the game I still have to learn. I get the impression they have actually put a lot of stuff in here, which is actually quite clever once I actually figure it out and get my head around how it plays. And this is the thing, I think a lot of people are selling this game very short if they're just writing it off as a looter shooter. I also think a lot of the criticism about the game are people who have played the demo, or the early pre-launch demo, which was admittedly a disaster, and I think frankly they've shot themselves in the foot with that demo because they weren't ready for it. They marketed it as a demo. What it really was a stress test. And it did what you would expect in a stress test. The servers all crashed horribly and it just couldn't cope. The loading times were awful. The game was unstable. People getting booted out. You couldn't log in half the time. It was a disaster. The second demo, which was also another stress test, was a lot better. But I still had a couple issues myself where I got booted out, but it wasn't too bad.
Shape of ruin. Arcanist Elson and his people said
but a lot of people played that earlier thing, especially as access to that early demo was part of what you got for buying the special editions and things like that. So, you know, people paid to get into that demo.
Diggs has been one step ahead of us this whole time.
The stolen links, my freelancer friend. That's how he knows so much.
Right, from the grave sites.
Yes, but right now, we need to find the Shaper fragments Arcanist Elson said were left behind.
Meaning Diggs has his hands on some very dangerous things.
Let me see if any of Elson's people heard something that might help us.
Okay. Keep me posted.
Also, all this has people doubting us. Get out there and show them what real freelancers do.
I will.
Okay. Do we have any more missions for him? Oh, we do. We have a contract on the board.
Ah, good. Ready for contracts. Diggs will be looking for opportunities. We work now to make sure he does not have them. Meanwhile, I will look for our stolen fragments.
Oh? What happened there? Okay, so yeah, as you can see, the game is not without its issues. I just tried to take a contract, and it bounced me out to the main menu. But I lost about 2 minutes of playtime.
Good. Ready for contracts. Diggs will be looking for opportunities. We work now to make sure he does not have them. Meanwhile, I will look for our stolen fragments.
And I'm back in. Mission accepted. You know what? I was going to call the video there, I think, but you know what? I think I'll just carry on and do the next mission. You guys can see a bit more gameplay. Maybe I'll try it as a different type of suit. I am probably better in an interceptor, but you know what? Why not? Let's try something else out. Let's try a different suit. I have two other ones unlocked. I have the Colossus and the weapons. Why is that showing as... Okay, I don't know why that was showing like that. So we will switch over to... We go as the Storm. Storm is kind of like elemental attacks and so on, or we have... Let's try the Storm out, because I've not really played the Storm much here. So, what have we got equipped at the moment? Also, I really like, with the N7 skin on the Storm, you get this sort of N7 stripe on your cape, which is cool. So, what have we got? We've got Ice Storm on our Blast Seal. Shot Burst there. Light the Legion, which, you know, is a pretty good marksman's rifle. I won't argue that one. We've got Warden Assault Rifle. I think we have a better assault rifle option there now. Bigger clip size, slower rate of fire. Less damage. Oh, but the other one's a burst rifle, 4-round bursts. I don't like bursts, so we're going to switch over to that, and we will dismantle this thing. What have we got here? Anything else we can equip? No, well, we're not going to have that. That's just level 7. It's garbage. And components. So, fire description is not bad. Assault rifle ammo is fine. Heat sink increases. Ice inscription. Have we got anything else new? No, that's all we can equip on him at the moment. Well, I mean, we could craft stuff. Yeah, let's craft a new fire inscription. In fact, you know what? Are we even using any fire abilities? Shock Burst, Ice Storm. I think our default melee does fire. So, yeah, you know what? Can we craft anything better for him here? We could craft frost shards. I mean, I do like ice. Can we craft some kind of electrical? Elemental damage and decreases physical damage. Increases gear damage and lowers gear recharge rate. Increases electrical damage and electrical effect. Do like that. Yeah, let's craft that. And plus assault rifle ammo as well as a bonus. You get a sort of bonus enchantment, as it were, on each of these things, so that'll do nicely. And we'll dismantle that fire enchant because it's garbage. Oh, excuse me. Just tinkering with my headset there slightly. Okay, let's give it a go. So we'll try this mission as the Storm. So, if I die horribly and don't do very well at all, that's because I've hardly played the Storm. I only just unlocked it recently. And I'm not really played with most of these abilities, so I don't know how well they work compared to the Interceptor.
If she actually brings...
Interceptor is very definitely my main suit. Played the Colossus a bit as well. And yeah, let's go. Keep it on normal because, like I said, I've not played this Javelin much, so we're going to foil Diggs and his gang. Where's my cape? Matchmaking's taking a few minutes. There we go. Again with the loading screens. I said, honestly, the game has a couple of stability issues and the loading screens are a bit excessive. That is the only criticisms I've seen online that I actually think are valid. Pretty much everything else I've seen people whinging about Anthem is not a fault of the game, it's a fault of the genre, as it were. And you could level that same criticism against any looter-shooter type of game, you know, or any game where looting is kind of a thing, like, you know, Diablo or Destiny, or any of those really successful, really popular ones. And as I said, I nearly dismissed Anthem as just another one of those. And I would have been wrong to do so. Because it is genuinely fun to play.
Yarrow, I'm outside the walls. What are we doing?
Got a call for help from Sentinels protecting some Arcanists. Sounds like Scar. Get out there.
Okay, I'm on it.
The big thing that this one does... The Storm can hover for a very long time. It doesn't overheat as quickly as the other suits when hovering or flying. Well, sorry, not when hovering. And you sort of teleport rather than dodge.
Arcanists, Scars, looks bad. Give those Sentinels a hand.
I understand.
Try this assault rifle out.
look strong. Good job. Hang on. Got more trouble. The other Arcanist camp has also been attacked. Go, help them out.
Understood.
Quite like the storm so far. It's a different playstyle, but it's good.
I see them. The Scars are trying to get to the Arcanists. Stop them.
You got it.
This ice thing is pretty good. Okay. It's pretty powerful playing as a storm here. I'm sort of getting the hang of the elemental abilities. Got them all.
No more Scars in the area.
Haha, you did it. Finished. Yeah, it's okay. I got more work for you since you're already out there. Rumor that a notorious outlaw is traveling in your area.
I see loot.
Find him.
Understood. I'm on it.
Where are we going? Oh, this way. Bar down the bottom, you can see, I don't know if I've explained already, is your overheat bar. Your suit will gradually overheat while flying. If you do a steep dive though, it overheats less.
Many outlaws. Good. We deal with enough of them, we get their leader.
You got it.
There he is. The leader has made an appearance. He must be eliminated.
Understood.
And now stop the stragglers, freelancer.
On it. The area's clear.
Finished. Nicely done. Wait, I've got something more for you. Close by. Damn, getting word an animal is rampaging in your area. Find it.
Understood. Let's see what I can do.
Okay.
I don't see it. Search the area. I bet you can find it.
I'll see
I bet
what's
I
here.
can.
No clues from these remains as to where the creature went.
What am I missing here?
Got something. What do you think?
Good. We can get a location now.
Okay.
We can't let that monster continue. You have to stop it.
Got it.
Okay.
What is this thing made of? Still going? Unbelievable.
Look out! Another of those beasts has come to play.
One down. Nope. Tried to resurrect that guy and nearly got myself killed. Oh, my ultimate's now charged, and ultimates will heal you.
Yeah, I'm still alive. We have to finish this thing off.
Ow.
Let's call that finished. That is all I have for you right now.
went pretty well. Oh, I saw loot. That was a pretty successful mission, and I must say I'm actually quite impressed with the storm. I think I still prefer playing as the Interceptor, but that was fun. I can see myself trying that out sometimes. I'm expecting I didn't do that well here compared to some of the other guys on this, because I'm not very experienced with it, but oh, no, other than the other guy, who seems to be a more experienced Storm, then I did alright. So yeah, that was pretty successful. What did I get loot-wise? That's the because I got a lot of blues in there. So what did we get? We got Anvil Marksman Rifle. It might actually be better than the, yeah, you see, there we go. That might be the other one already replaced. We got Arc Burst, which is just straight up lightning bolt. Might try that out. Glacial Spear, Burst of Ice Energy, Chains combos. Level 21 Elemental Synergy. Devastator Sniper Rifle is worse than the one I've got on my other guy, so we'll do that immediately. Warden Assault Rifle. It's the 4-round burst one, which I don't like. Machine Pistol. Really high rate of fire. Might try that out. Level 21 Lightning Inscription. Quick Killing Field, that's better than the version I've got at the moment. Barrage is the highest firing rate heavy pistol. I don't actually like the barrage, so I'm going to dim out that immediately. Sniper rifle ammo. Nah. Eat a living fire that seeks enemies. Ooh, that sounds fun. Conjure increases elemental damage by 35 degrees physical damage. See, I like being able to use my guns as well, so we don't like shotguns. Maybe. And yeah, we're going to go back to Fort Tarsus. See if we can turn this mission in. But I do think that is where I'm going to leave the video for now, though, guys. So I hope you've enjoyed this. It's a long video, I know. I mean, it's going to be a little bit shorter. I'm sure I'll cut some stuff out. I might even edit the loading times out. But no, you know what? I think I'm going to leave the loading times in so you can get a proper impression for how the game plays for yourself. Because, yeah, it is something that is what I consider one of the only actual problems with the game. Genuinely. But yeah, I've really enjoyed this. I'm still really enjoying Anthem. I am going to play some more. In fact, I'm going to play some more right now once I've stopped the recording. But for the meantime, I will leave this here. I hope you guys have enjoyed watching. And if you do decide to play Anthem for yourselves, I'm playing on Xbox, obviously. You can get it on PlayStation. You can get it on PC. If you do pick it up, if you're on Xbox, give me a shout. I'm always happy to play with, I say the game is multiplayer by its very nature, and I am always happy to play with anyone who's, watching my videos. So, I will see you guys next time. Cheers!